Hi everyone, this is Val from Valia Craft Studio, and today I'd like to show you my latest journal I've completed. I've used my digital kit called Enchanted Forest for this journal. I just love it. Now I've closed the journal with this lace and a buckle with pearls down there. I've got this idea from Happiness in Crafting, I believe, and I just think it's beautiful. So I've used images from the digital kit for the covers, cover images, and the back as well. And I've put a scrappy down here. So it measures about 9 inches by 6, which is about 230 by 150. And there's 3 signatures and nearly 140 pages, I believe. So because making the video is the thing that I like, sorry, I've just got to adjust that a little, make sure we're getting in frame. Making videos is the thing I enjoy the least in what I do. So I'm going to make this video have double duty. One, it's a flick through of my journal and show you the digital kit I've used, but it's also, I've had some requests from people new to our craft in how to add more journaling space, more writing space in your journals, and so it's a bit of a show and tell about that as I go through. Not exactly a tutorial, but because I think most of them are self-explanatory and you'll be able to figure out how to make them. But if anyone does want a tutorial on any of them, I'm so happy to do it, just let me know. So let's go quick flick and a bit of a show and tell on the journaling space. So here's my note from the bookmaker, which I put in every journal that I make. And I put a bit of lace, but I've kept it like very wispy kind of lace. It's not like full and heavy like I would normally do with the wide laces on the edge. A bit of tape. Most of the things in here are from the kit, like those. And here I've just used some of the paper, one of the papers from the kit. I've just printed it up again and used it to make a little envelope and decorated that. And that's just got a few little die cuts and a few bits and pieces in there for the person who purchases it. So one of the first things to do to make sure you've got plenty of journaling space is to add, of course, your tea-dyed papers and other various papers as well, so that you're getting a balance between, you know, the pretties and the writing space. And of course, the backs of the pages, this is a slightly better quality paper than these ones. You could write on the back of those, but it's where I often put the pockets, so because the pockets need a stronger paper to hold them nicely. But this is another way to increase your journaling space, believe it or not, because using a pocket like these latter ones means you've got a lot of ephemera and tags on the one page, and you can get a lot of ephemera into the journal without taking up too many pages dedicated to having pockets on them, if that makes sense. So as well as the lace, I've also put some little tabs on a couple of pages with little charms hanging off them. That one just says believe. I've done a bit of stenciling, not too heavy, just a little card I made with one of the little die cuts. And I've just made a corner pocket there on both sides. Now this is another way to add some journaling space, just with a bit of paper, make a little cover, put a few pages in there, and instantly you've created more journaling space. This is a calendar, which it was hard to find any book pages that matched my theme, which is what I do like to do, but it kind of has got the waterfall. It looks a bit foresty back there, so I'll put it in. And another little envelope I've made. This is a little die that I use. This is a manual die. Just cut it with my windy thing through, and I've just put some folded paper in there to write on. And the tag and that are in the kit. I just love the papers in this kit. I just love the colours. And that's the other side of that calendar page. And I've just stuck a tag up there because I didn't want it to say 2020, which is what was underneath. Just me. And here I've just sewn a little doily to the side to tuck a tag on one side. And another idea on adding some journaling space here. And this is a shaggy one. I've just torn the pages and sewn them together. Of course, if you didn't have material, you didn't have lace, you didn't have a sewing machine, you can actually just put a piece of paper over the top, or you can even just staple the pages. You don't have to get fancy at all. But because I had plenty of fabric left from making the cover, I did use that. But you can make them so easily with just staple or glue or whatever. And here I've just used some of the little die cuts I've got to create a bit of interest on some of the pages. I cut up a book, a diary kind of book some time ago, and just stitched around and backed them onto some paper and had them sitting aside ready to put them into a project, and I think they matched the colours of this one quite well, so that's where they found a home. A couple of tags there. And here I've just added some different papers for a bit of interest, so you've still got plenty of writing space, but it's not all just page after page of tea-dyed. So that is those ones, and then something like that with the graph paper. Here I've made one of my other scrappies into an altered paper clip. So on this side it's the scrappy, and on the other side it's a little image that's from the kit. That's just one of the pages I've printed on cardstock slightly smaller to make a card. And on the other side, we'll get to that in a minute. I'll see if this is easy enough to put back. It is. Yep. Sorry, that didn't quite work. I'll have to mend that. That kind of fell apart. And on this side, here's another way to add some journaling space. And I've just got the postcard, which is in the kit, and put it on the corner of paper and folded that. So you've instantly got quite a lot more journaling space there with that. And I'll come back and fix up that altered paper clip. That's a bit disappointing. But these things do happen. Of course, they always happen when you're on video. This is just a little piece out of another booklet, and this side's plain paper. When we get to the other side, you'll see it's a bit more decorative. And here I've used an altered window face envelope to create a pocket and some tuck spots here on the front, and there's also room to put something behind. So if I can find another book page that I think is relevant to my Enchanted Forest wood nymph kind of theme, I'm going to put it, I'll fold it in whatever I need to, and just put that behind there. Another bit of stenciling, a page out of a dictionary. Just love the images in this kit, it's just gorgeous. And I've just made a pocket here out of some cardstock butterflies, just the V-neck one, which I'm sure everybody knows how to do, and there's a few tags and things in there, and one of the little labels from the kit there. This is the other side of that plain line. You see it's much prettier this side, but it just looks really lovely, I think, in this kit. Now this page could have something done to it. It is a cardstock page. I printed it up. It's a kit page, but I printed on cardstock so it would hold the weight of that altered paper clip, and it does. And here I've just done a ruffle on the side. I don't often do ruffles, but I don't know why, I just felt this journal needed it. So I did a couple of ruffles as well. So just a pretty, it doesn't do anything, but I like it. And all of these elements are in the kit. Just beautiful. Right, so here's another ladder, and I'll put another of the little signs down there. That's not in the kit, that's just an hour card that I had in my stash, so just to fill that up. It could have more. As I say, it's one of the ways to increase your use of the pockets is to have the ladder. Now here is a stencil again. This time it's got a little bird in it, and I think that's really cute. I didn't do a lot of anything in here. I've got a couple of tabs and a couple of stencils and a couple of little die cuts stuck on, so it's kind of a bit of a, I like to think an interesting mix of the things that we can do. And there's another little owl die cut used on the doily, and another one of the little tabs, and this one's got a key hanging off of it. Another piece of that book that I just backed and edged and kept till I had a nice thing themed that it matched. So there we go, that's where it is. And of course that is one of the pockets out of the kit, and the middle of that signature. Just beautiful images. Well, I made the digital kit, so of course I think they're beautiful. Another ruffle, which again, pretty but does nothing. And here I've got the little envelope with a little bit of, there's a bit of journaling space there on that, just folded in half, just a piece of paper, and a piece of just a little panel that's in the kit. And this one, I've got the little booklet, but there's nothing in it. It's just the plain. Did I show you the other one? I might have skipped it. We might go back and I'll quickly do that if I can find it. So that's one way to add extra paper. Just fold your picture over and sit it in there, and you've got like two sides. Here's another one. A flip up with a tag in the pocket up the top there. In the pocket up the top. And then down below, we've got this pull out with more journaling space. So that's another way to add some extra writing areas to your digital kit, to your journal, sorry. And here I've got a pocket from the kit and a tag from the kit, and I've made another little notebook, but this one I've kept it neat and tidy, and I think that looks cute too. I like it better than the shaggy daggy one, but you know, I think there's room for everything in a journal. And I've just decorated this one again with some lace and some fabric and a little mushroom die cut there. And that's the end of it. So I hope you liked it. I hope you bear with me with my getting back into this. And I did think, I'm not sure that I explained the other little, it's quite a mystery. I don't even know where it is. I'm going to turn you off for a moment while I find it. Okay, sorry about that. So back here in the first signature, I had this little card that I made the same, little folder, but in this one I've added some papers inside. I've actually stitched that with the machine, but you could do any kind of way. You could even do your pamphlet stitch on that one as well. So that adds a little bit more. Now I might have shown you that going through, but I can't recall doing so. So there you go, that's it again. All right, thank you so much for looking. I will put the links to my Etsy and my, is it Coffee or Ko-fi? I think it's Coffee store, and I will put the links below to the digital kit and this journal, which will be for sale, and yes, the links will be down below. Thank you so much for looking. I promise I will get better at this video stuff, but for now, thank you for watching. Have a good day.